guys! Today I'm going to review Randall and Hopkirk Deceased, the very first episode.
Nobody will. You're the only one, Jeff. I chose you.
Well, thanks.
I mean, apart from the odd manifestation, nobody will see me. Besides, it would frighten her. No, I chose you, Jeff.
Randall and Hopkirk Deceased was created by Dennis Spooner and produced by Monty Berman. And these two together also created The Champions in 1968 and Department S in 1969. And Dennis Spooner had an interest in the paranormal, so he wanted to do a TV show involving a ghost. The TV show only lasted one season, 26 episodes. The show was also remade in 2000, starring Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer. The pilot episode, My Late Lamented Friend and Partner, was broadcast on the 21st of September 1969 and was directed by Cyril Frankel. It was written by Ralph Smart and the theme music was by Edwin Astley. It stars Mike Pratt as Jeff Randall, Kenneth Cope as Marty Hopkirk, Annette Andrea as Janie Hopkirk. And the plot's about Jeff Randall and Marty Hopkirk are private eyes. They're gathering information about a wife's cheating husband, but he murders her and makes it look like a heart attack. Marty is suspicious and is killed by a hit-and-run driver before he can prove who the murderer is. He tells Jeff on the phone to meet him at his grave in the cemetery, and that's when he reveals he's a ghost to Jeff. They eventually solve the crime together. However, Marty has been out his grave beyond dawn and has to wander the earth for the next century, though only Jeff can see him. So it's a great introduction to the series. Also, what I like about this TV show's the title sequence at the beginning, but more importantly the music. And a lot of TV shows have great music and title sequences. So you get TV shows like Star Trek, Doctor Who, even shows like The $6 Million Man, Charlie's Angels. They all have great music at the beginning of the show. And it's very important, it gets you into the mood. So Randall and Hopkirk Deceased, it's like a detective series, but with a twist, with one of them being a ghost.
Jeff, I'm sorry. It was selfish of me. I never thought you'd be so scared.
You're not dead. Then who's in...
Of course I'm dead.
So Marty can give Jeff information using his ghost abilities. So Jeff's always one step ahead of the crooks, and he can use his foreknowledge given from Marty to solve the crimes. So it's really interesting take on the detective show. Some of the effects are a bit dodgy though. When Marty walks through walls, he looks like faded, so you can tell it's an effect. So unfortunately them effects look dated, but I do like the effects where he disappears.
Bit of it, yeah.
Come on, open up. I suppose you think I'm crazy.
Hey Bones, look at me, I can do what Marty does. I'm back. Yeah, you daft fucker feel. One of the strengths about this show is the likeable cast. Jeff's a no-nonsense type of guy, and he's played perfectly by Mike Pratt. Hey, what a daft bloody name, Pratt! Marty the ghost, he's funny. He's like jealous of Jeff, because he's like friends with his wife, so he's the jealous sort. And that's where the comedy comes from. When Jeff's talking to Janie, Marty's watching them in the same room. And Kenneth Cope was good at comedy. I like him in a couple of Carry On films. Carry On at Your Convenience from 1971. Carry On Matron from 1972. They're really funny. He's really good in them too. Annette Andrea's the glamour of the show. She looks really good. She's been in loads of TV shows. She's been in The Prisoner, The Saint, Persuaders, The Return of the Saint. Let's just name a few.
Ding dong.
Cool, Phil, she was hot. If I was a ghost, I wouldn't mind putting the bloody willies right up her. Yeah, I'm sure you'd like to put the willies up her bones. Hey, Phil, if I was a ghost like Marty, I'd be always in women's bedrooms and bathrooms. And this first episode has a really good, strong film quality to it. And because of that, when it's upgraded to Blu-ray, it really stands out. It's crystal clear. So they've done a really good job. That's the complete set. So it like upgrades very well. So with this being the pilot episode, it's very much an introduction episode. So it takes a long time before you get into the formula of the show where Marty's a ghost. Because at the beginning of this story, he's alive. And I like the contrast between Marty and Jeff. Jeff's like a kind, mature, rugged type of fella. And Marty's like a bit childish and he's a worry pot. And he's like a jealous type as well. So there's a good contrast between them. And one's alive and one's dead. And Marty wears this spotless white suit. It must have been really difficult to get it spotless. I know what it's like wearing this. And there's an action sequence right towards the end where they realise Jeff knows what's going on and they try to kill him. There's like a bit of a car chase where they're trying to run him over, like they did with Marty. And of course the episode ends where Marty realises he has to stay on Earth for 100 years. So this is like a standard sort of storyline, but later episodes involved spiritualists, psychics, haunted houses, ghost hunters. So lots of variety in the storylines.
And I can put a good word in for you.
You mean you can talk to him?
Yes, but not until I've talked to you.
And it was remade in 2000 with Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer and Emily Fox. Even Tom Baker pops up in the remake as a spirit mentor. That lasted 2 seasons and 13 episodes. It's good, but it's not as good as the original show. So out of 10, what would I give this one? I really enjoyed it. It was a fun, lightweight sort of show. So out of 10, I'll give it 8. 8 out of 10. What do you think, Bones? I do like it. I thought it was a bloody good laugh, Phil. Top marks. So look out for more TV shows this month, as it's a TV themed month. Hey Bones, I'll do a bit magic on you. Phew, I'm glad I got rid of him. So anyway, bye everyone. Like, subscribe and share. Bye. Bye. Hey, where the bloody hell did I go now?